So I've been teasing a piece about the problematic legacy of Queen Elizabeth, and shit's been crazy, so I have to keep teasing. Here is a taste. I'll be looking at how Elizabeth's gender affected her conduct as a monarch, and how that very dignified figurehead femininity perfectly served the interests of the British Empire as it gracefully contracted through the 20th century, evolving into the Commonwealth of Nations, while executive power consolidated with politicians and commercial interests. I'll be looking especially at the neutral passivity required of a constitutional monarch, even in matters deeply affecting the nation's future and well-being, at the different ways in which Elizabeth and Charles sought to fulfill their avowed duty to serve their subjects in the face of this political impotence, and at the effects of those efforts. I'll especially be looking at the Queen's restricted public speech and her limited interaction with the media, at the history of that stance, and how, as a rampant royal reportage industry grew during her reign, her adult children were forced to face interviewers and also to find covert ways to influence the media's royal narrative, while apparently preserving a dignified silence. And then I'll look at how the whole shiz went bananas with Diana, and how dramatically differently William and Harry have chosen to handle the problem. The problem being that the British monarchy, having assiduously cultivated mystique around people whose civic obligations are only coming more sharply into focus, has enabled corruption and abuse behind the scenes, and the growth of an industry of intrusion, which in today's economic and political climate must be constantly appeased. And this miserable obligation has prompted a posture of cosseted defensiveness that keeps its head down, reflexively deflects even fair questions, and trades on the exchange of gossip to ensure its own relative immunity and security. And so the royal family lives in a kind of gilded cage bonded servitude to the British media. And I won't be mincing words about the rift between William and Harry and what their very different approaches to the royals' media problem could mean for the future of the monarchy in the 21st century. Hang about to find out. It'll be up in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, I've got content you haven't seen, I reckon.